Hello. Hi. This is April with Plan with April. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm glad you're here. If this is a return flight for you, welcome back. Okay, so I have my cut down A6 composition notebook here. I'm going to flip back here. I am doing some swatches. Now, this is all the Tombow markers that I have that I did swatches for. And then I thought I would grab my Crayola's Super Tips, Crayola Super Tips, and pop swatches of these down as well. Now, these don't actually have names to them. They don't, so hopefully, I mean, once the color's down, I'll be able to figure it out. Fingers crossed. So I put them in kind of an order that I wanted to go by. I'm going to start with neutrals first and then move into the rainbow. I am so excited. So again, I've got my composition notebook paper on this side of it. I've glued in the Tomoa River paper from the Hobonichi Cousin Techo. And then I stole a piece of Erin Condren note paper from one of my Erin Condren books. So you'll be able to see how the ink looks on 3 different types of paper. I know I say all the time, swatch it before you wreck it. Swatch, see what it looks like. And you know what? I should, before I start this, I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to write Tombow. And then over here, I'm going to write Crayola. Just so that I can, if I'm looking back and I want to see what the swatches look like, I want to know, what it was. So now that we've done all that, let's start with the black in the Crayola. I'm going to start at the top here. Just going to do a single line. Okay. I feel like this has more green than these two. Like this really pulled the green out. Which is really good to know, because if you are in your composition notebook, it's going to look different than it is if you're in an Erin Condren or the Tomoa River. This is the Mohawk 80 paper. I'm going to go in with the brown. Again, these don't have actual names to them. I wish they had either a name or a color number so that they were a little bit easier to refer back to. What is on this back page? Oh, okay. I see what's happening. I'm like, what is going on? I need to get just a thicker piece of paper. Let me, oh, that was an awful sound. Sorry about that. Oh, goodness. Things are falling from the sky. From the sky. I'm just going to put a, piece of paper in between just to help it a little bit so that when I'm swatching these, it's not so bumpy. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying, but as I'm swatching these, I am not seeing as much of a color difference as I did with the Tombows. So I don't know if that's because of the lighting in my office right now, if it is brighter than it was earlier when I was doing the Tombows, but I'm not seeing, like the Tombows, I could really see a difference in the texture of the marker. These are pretty much true to color. I am noticing, yeah, I mean, it's even the same saturation once you get to the end of the swatch. You know how you have that bubble? It's the same. I'm impressed. These are really quite similar. Oh, I need to bring that down a little bit so our lines are feeling equal. That's a little bit better. Also, how beautiful are these colors? If you're looking for an economical option to markers, don't shy away from the Super Tips. Honest to goodness, these are beautiful. You could do an all blue layout, you could do an all green layout, you could do a rainbow layout. These are gorgeous. And then we pop into the purples. Here's the lavender. Yeah, I am really tickled with how these are going down and how they feel on each one of the paper types. It's very smooth. Very, very smooth. We're just cruising along. Cruising along. Okay, so overall opinion, I don't, and you let me know down in the comments what you think, but I am not seeing that much of a difference in shades or tones as I'm looking at this. Like it is pretty solid all the way across what these colors look like. I am really tickled with this. I'm going to cough. Pardon me. But I am really tickled with how this looks. Man. Okay. I also have a couple of, I'm just looking at these. I have a couple of mild liners. Let's swatch these really quick. And I'll just put mild liner on this side. So let's go over here and I'll do mild liner. I don't want to waste the paper, and I'm really curious to see what these are going to look like. So let's put them in a bit of an order. Let's go like this. So they're very neutral. They're very neutral. So let's go ahead and start with this one. And this is going to be the, what color are you? What? It doesn't say. It should. Gray. We'll just call it gray. Swatch, swatch, swatch. Okay, I like that. I think that looks pretty. This one, it has to have a name. I have no idea. I need to get either better glasses out or go in for an eyeball test. Oh, okay. Here's where we can see the difference in the paper. Shows up really well, and it could be too that the outline of the lines is blue, and so it really brings out the off-white. This almost disappears completely on the paper, and this is a very, very faint. Okay, this is what I expected, is to have, you know, different color tones on the paper itself. That's what I expected. I'm gonna come down a bit on this one, just so that I'm lined up again. I love the clove. I know the color of this one because I use it all the time. Oh, and on your mild liners, just a little tidbit for you. They are double-ended. They're a dual-ended marker. So you have the fine point over here that you can use for dots or for, you know, fine lining. And then you have the chisel point on this side. So all of your mild liners are going to be double-sided. Double-ended. This one is olive, I think. Pretty sure. Olive, olive, olive. And again, it's more saturated. The color feels more saturated over here on the composition notebook side. But these colors, I would recommend these for all three types of paper. They look beautiful. Even here, I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. I am going to put a little blurb there, and then a little blurb there, and there. Perfect. So these are all the Tombow. I already filmed this one. And then these are all of the Crayola Super Tips, and then the few mild liners that I have. I don't have many mild liners, but you can see the ones that I have. So if you're curious about purchasing the Crayola Super Tips, I highly recommend them. They're super juicy. They're beautiful, bright colors. They are amazing. I would show you the back page. I did some other swatches earlier. I have glued these pages together, so you can't really get an idea of ghosting or bleed through from my swatches, and I do apologize for that. I had glued these pages together when I created the notebook because I don't like bleed through or ghosting, and it's worth it to me to have the thicker pages than, you know, to have to deal with the ghosting and bleeding at the time. So I don't know if these will ghost or bleed. I could try to pick up these swatches and see. Let me see, because I just glued them top and bottom. No ghosting, no bleed through of the Erin Condren paper. Let's see if I can peel up the Hobonichi paper so I can give you at least an idea of what these look like. Oh, careful. Minimal ghosting, no bleed through. So that's cool. That's really cool. So yeah, if you're looking for an affordable set of markers, I would definitely try out the Crayola Super Tips. They have beautiful colors. They have a wide range of colors. I mean, that is a full rainbow. You know, as we're looking at all of these, let me pull them down. That is a full-on rainbow, and they are very affordable. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Were there any surprises as we were swatching? Did you have any questions about, you know, ways to use these markers? Are you looking at putting markers in your layouts and maybe you want to see a layout using a marker or multiple markers? Maybe you want to see a rainbow layout. Let me know down in the comments. Hit that like button if you've liked any of my videos, and definitely subscribe. I'm so glad you're here. I love you. I hope you have the best day, and I'll talk to you down below. Bye.